Today on The Dish, we head to London's Carousel, where somehow there are never too many cooks in the kitchen. Founders Ed and Ollie Templeton and their kitchen staff are the constants at Carousel, while the chefs change weekly, covering more than 24 cuisines along with countless countries and tastes. Each chef spends their week serving up a single-seating tasting menu, an intimate and unique experience that never gets old. In fact, it's left diners craving more. We stopped by Carousel on a swing through London recently to get a taste.
We hang it above the fire to dry.
With 5 different restaurants in Australia, Chef Aaron Turner is pretty comfortable in any kitchen. So when he headed here to London's Carousel this past April, he didn't miss a beat.
So it's a roast chicken skin, because that's the best part of a chicken, with a smoked cod's roe, taramasalada on top.
Really good.
It's got everything there.
And it is the best part of the chicken.
For just 5 days, Turner sharing his favorites from his restaurant Igni with London diners as the chef in residence for Carousel. The concept of a new chef each week may leave the mind spinning, but the stomach's more than satisfied.
This is fantastic. With your mouth full, is it fun to see people eat your food for the first time?
It really is, but it never loses that sense of nervousness and am I doing a good job?
Right.
But, you know, yeah, it's really nice actually to think that I can come over to the other side of the world and have a full room for 5 nights.
It's crazy.
That's kind of cool.
Turner and more than 300 chefs to date have called Carousel home. The restaurant, the family business for Ed and Ollie Templeton, half-brothers who say they were destined to work together.
So our dad was an identical twin.
Okay.
And him and his brother and another brother were in business together.
Okay.
So we kind of grew up in a family business environment, and we actually set up Carousel with our 2 cousins, Anna and Will, who were the son and daughter of the other twin.
The idea for the restaurant sparked a decade ago.
We were all together on holiday, and we were driving back from France with our Uncle Pete. I think all of us separately were kind of complaining about our jobs at the time, saying we needed to do something else, and we were miserable.
Then came the suggestion that they all work together. The group quickly embraced the idea of a pop-up style eatery, with each in the quartet holding a different skill set.
How's the pasta been going down?
Ed brought experience in business and marketing. Ollie, a culinary base, a young chef still in training.
So I'm like, okay, I'm not really like ready to open and cook my own food. And we'd done some collaborations, like events, like in a pop-up form with chefs around London. And we kind of just like took that idea and grew it into, let's just start rotating chefs. We're like, okay, we'll make it like a collaboration. I don't think at the time we kind of considered like,
10 years later, you
10 years
still
later.
have a rotating...
Yeah, it's a lot more like, it's a lot slicker now.
And while getting chefs now is no problem, at the start, it was one of the biggest obstacles.
Like I remember emailing a restaurant in Stockholm and they thought it was like spam. They thought it was some sort of scam. Like, come to London.
Oh my God, Well, please come and you'll cook.
Yeah, but again, 10 years down the line, we definitely got a bit of a reputation and people at least know who we are, like internationally. So it becomes a lot easier to like make these collaborations happen.
They say return visits are common, desired by both chefs and diners. Back this summer, celebrating the restaurant's 10th anniversary, was Carousel's first ever chef in residence, Javier Rodriguez, one of Latin America's 50 best. And while it was his 3rd visit, it's the first the Templetons will never forget.
He was fantastic. He kind of came in and was like, whoa, this is what you need to do.
Things that Ollie, you were saying you were so young as a chef. You didn't know.
Stuff that we still use is things that he kind of helped put in place 10 years ago.
Each chef leaving a bit of themselves after taking a spin at Carousel, including the likes of Michelin-starred chefs Jeremy Chan, Tom Brown, and Nicholas Ekstedt. Which brings us back to Chef Aaron Turner. His visit, we learned, about 5 years in the making.
Ollie said that he courted you for a little bit to come here.
Yeah, it was. It was happening, then it didn't happen, and then there was babies, and then there was, new restaurants.
Right.
No staff. Yeah, so it had been a while. I'm glad it happened. I'll leave it to you, just have a taste and see what you think.
As was I, enjoying every bite Turner offered, like this oyster leaf.
That's kind of crazy.
It's a lot of fun, huh?
Yeah.
And a rye crumpet with emulsified honey butter.
There's a little bit of cultured cream on there just to round out all the fattiness.
I'm not putting any of it down. This is so good.
Normally locally sourced in Australia, adjusting his menu was part of the challenge for Turner, but not the biggest.
The most challenging part when you go into any kitchen that isn't your own is finding where everything is.
That's
Because-
like home chefs too, by the
Right.
way.
It just slows you down infinitely.
Yeah.
But Turner didn't really seem to mind.
Have you been enjoying this process here this week?
I have, yeah. Save the jet lag. And like I said, it's really nice to come over and people wanting to see what we do.
And bring it to people that might never get a chance.
Yeah,
to go
we've
to
had actually a
Australia.
few guests that said either my sister or my brother-in-law lives in Geelong, or they've been to Igny quite a few times. They're from Melbourne. We've never been able to, so we've come. So it's really nice. Like, it's a nice global community.
It just has more of this melt in your mouth texture.
That sense of community felt from the dining room to the kitchen. All a part of the growth the Templetons see as an intrinsic part of Carousel.
There's this kind of like this push and pull of just like we're learning from people all the time, but they're learning from us, and that's like quite a nice crossover.
I feel like you guys have given a whole new meaning to like the family business somehow. Are you still having fun?
Yeah.
Working together?
Yeah.
There are stressful
Absolutely.
moments, obviously.
Of course.
But I think, it's kind of cool to see what it's become. And I think the guests who come here, they might not have heard of the chef. They might have never eaten that type of food before, but they're like, cool, I'm coming. And I think it's a really kind of privileged opportunity to kind of connect, those people and the chefs and the creators that we're working with. And yeah, I don't know, it keeps it fresh and exciting. And yeah, it's very fun.
It's really amazing to see how they have grown in this 10-year span. I don't know if you could tell from the awning. They also have Carousel Wine Bar, which is the front of the house, that serves all day. Ollie looks over that kitchen as well as helping out the other chefs. And some of the chefs are even doing 2-week stints as well instead of just one, but never longer than that, so you never really know. You got to get your tickets in advance. It's a really cool concept.
I just love the idea that this is all family working together. It keeps that unit together and something they all seem to love.